Hello everyone, I trust you're doing well today. Welcome again to this beautiful channel, and I wish to know how you're doing. Yes, I have to do this because you're my greatest asset and you're my greatest fan. So each day I come here, I want to know how your day went and how you're faring, and I trust and I believe you're doing well. Today I've got another immigration update for you, and today's immigration update is for both those who are planning to immigrate to study and those who are planning to immigrate to work. Well, I just want to let you know that countries are changing their immigration policies, and these policies affect you in one way or the other, either positively or negatively. Firstly is that a few years ago, there are many countries that you could go to study for free. For example, Finland, Norway, Sweden, Germany, Switzerland, Denmark. You can name them. But today I can tell you that there are just few countries you can study for free. Iceland and Germany be at the top, and a number of other countries. But I mean, it has reduced drastically compared to what it used to be a few days ago. Because of the economic situation of the world, countries are changing their policies in a way that will help them to build resources and build finances and build capacity for their country. Well, this is just for you to know. So it may interest you to know that however this changes, it has a way of affecting you. Well, I want to talk about the greatest changes which are happening, which is among the two greatest or the two choice destination for students, which is Canada and UK. These countries have got a huge number of people going to them to study or to work. Now there are changes. How do these changes affect you, and what do you need to know about these changes to prepare for your visa success or for your study success? These are the questions we need to ask each other, and we have to prepare towards it. Well, let me share a few of them. Well, number one, starting with Canada. Canada has got a lot of changes. Okay, let me start with Canada. At the moment, Canada is suffering from serious accommodation crisis. And because of this, the cost of accommodation has skyrocketed in Canada, thereby making the cost of living high. This has also made the Canadian government to increase the cost or the money you should show before you can apply for study permit. Back in 2000 and until recent years, you need to show only 10,000 Canadian dollars for you to apply for your study permit. But today, this has been raised to 20,635 Canadian dollars, which is way above 100% increment. And this is cost of 70% of your living costs. So it means that for you to live in Canada for a year, you're going to be spending about above $20,635 because this is just about 70% of your living costs. In addition to this, you have to also show your first year tuition or whatever the balance is if you have already paid part of it, and your travel costs. So that means that you need to keep about 30,000 Canadian dollars before you will be able to apply for study permit. Number two, changes and update in Canada is, there is a waiver of standard waiver of 20 hours per week, which recently has increased because of lack of manpower after COVID and others, increased to 40 hours per week during study time. But then this will be reversed. It has been extended to last until April 30, 2024. Which means after April 30, 2024, if you are studying, you can only work for 20 hours in a week, and during your holiday, you can work for 40 hours a week. So it means that the opportunity you have to make money as a student will reduce because you will not be able to work for more than 20 hours in a week. The third one is, in Canada, there is a measure, that allows students to count how long they study online as part of their study time. But this is gonna start. This was actually introduced because of the pandemic, but now this is gonna be for people who are enrolled before 1st of September 2024. After 1st of September 2024, you will not be able to count your time which you study online as part of your study time to enable you gain more points for postgraduate work permit. Okay, but for those who are studying or who have started studying before September 1st, 2024, you will be able to count your time which you study online as part of your study period in as much as it is below 50% of your study time. But once it's more than 50%, then it becomes a problem for you and you will not be able to count it. Well, this is going to help you to gain the opportunity to apply for postgraduate work permit. So if this is difficult for you, you should consider PR. Yes, PR, you may tell me you don't have enough sufficient experience and all other things to gain the points, but you may consider having test of English, and also you may consider to study French and have test of French. Then this will help you to boost your points. Now I want to talk about changes in the UK. Well, from December 1st week, December 2023, there was a revision of 2022 immigration or migration figure, and it recorded so much increase, which means in 2022 a lot of people migrated to. You will be able to count your time which you study online as part of your study period in as much as it is below 50% of your study time. But once it's more than 50%, then it becomes a problem for you and you will not be able to count it. Well, this is going to help you to gain the opportunity to apply for postgraduate work permit. So if this is difficult for you, you should consider PR. Yes, PR, you may tell me you don't have enough sufficient experience and all other things to gain the points, but you may consider having test of English, and also you may consider to study French and have test of French. Then this will help you to boost your points. Now I want to talk about changes in the UK. Well, from December 1st week, December 2023, there was a revision of 2022 immigration or migration figure, and it recorded so much increase, which means in 2022 a lot of people migrated to the UK as skilled overseas workers. So after this review, the UK have decided to increase the annual earning threshold of skilled overseas workers to ensure that for you to be able to work in the UK as skilled overseas worker, they've increased it from 26,200 salary per annum to 38,700 pounds per annum, which means if you don't get a job which pays you up to 38,700 pounds, you will not be able to get sponsorship or to be applied for a visa under the skilled overseas worker. So this makes it a bit competitive, and then you need to take note of this even when you are applying. At the moment, there is still a debate on this, but this is what it looks like. Well, next one is in the UK is that the IHS, which is the Immigration Health Surcharge, will increase on January 16, 2024 from £624 to £1,035 per year of the visa. That is about 470 to 776 pounds for students and those applying for youth mobility scheme. So that means that this is the amount you will need to pay before applying for a visa, and read out for you what they've written in their website. They said the first of 5 points will be to the end of abuse of health and care visa. We will stop overseas care workers from bringing family dependents, and we will require care firm in England to be regulated by the Care Quality Commission in order for them to sponsor visa. Approximately 120,000 dependents accompanied 100,000 care workers and senior care workers in the year ending September 2023. Only 25% of dependents are estimated to be in work, meaning a significant number are drawing on public services rather than helping to grow the economy. We recognize that foreign workers do great work in our NHS and health sector, but it is also important that migrants make a big enough financial contribution. Therefore, we will increase the annual immigration surcharge this year by 66% from 624 to 1,035 pounds to raise an average around 1.3 billion pounds for the health sector of this country every year. So you can see these are the changes. And lastly, for the UK is students. Of course, this is very popular. Just as I said, student, I know you know what I mean, what I want to say. Students can no longer move with their dependents, to the UK. There is only one condition which students can move their dependents to the UK, and this condition is that they are studying on a research program. So if you want to bring your dependent to the UK, then you should be considering a PhD or a master's, which is a research program. If you are doing a third master's, then you will not be able to bring your dependent from 2024 to the UK on study visa. So you can see the changes. So this is going to help you to make decisions whether to move to the UK, to move to the Canada, whether there are things you need to prepare ahead of your migration plan. It is not just at the point where you finish, you've got an admission, you've paid your fees, you realize that there are still certain things that will not enable you to cross the bridge. And this is the reason why I'm bringing this update to you. And I would like you to keep this update in your mind as to make your decisions for immigration, as to make your applications for immigration, as to gather your resources for immigration. You know what you need to do what you have to do. Guys, if you have listened from beginning to the end, I want you to give me a very big thumb up for this video. I want to say cheers Finance Oracle. We are right here as a big family. We are doing the same job great together, and we are right here to support one another. So I want a big thumb up to encourage me to go dig out those rightful information for you that will help you kick out of your uncomfort zone to wherever you want to migrate to, that will make you comfortable. Guys, I wish you the best of luck as you prepare for this year 2024, and I pray that the good Lord will grant you success. Cheers. This is from Finance Oracle.